The July print in terms of sales volume from Altus, which then went into the build report, was 800 sales, right? Across the GTA for...
What does that include?
800
Condos,
total.
just condos.
Just condos, yeah.
In
And then about
GTA?
300 in the GTA.
What's going on with pre-condo? I know Daryl mentioned something to me before. What are you doing with pre-condo now?
Well, I sold 70% of it.
Okay. So like
70%.
so you sold
Wow.
70% of it. Okay, I didn't know that.
Mm.
And so your involvement there is less now, or like how is it
My involvement from a time allocation of my day is very similar.
Okay.
But in terms of what I actually do day to day, it's very different. So I focus more on the marketing side of things, the growing the business, the top of the funnel, we'll call it.
Good time for that, to have a good amount of focus from someone like you, eh? What's it like out there right now?
For actual sales of pre-construction.
Yeah.
It's atrocious, man.
Atrocious. Define atrocious, because atrocious has many levels, I think.
Yeah. So what was the July print in terms of sales volume from Altus, which then went into the build report, was 800 sales, right? Across the GTA for...
What does that include?
800
Condos,
total.
just condos.
Just condos, yeah.
In
And then about
GTA?
300 in the GTA as a
Holy
whole.
Does that include ones like which stage is that at? Strictly just like
anything that's any pre-construction that's sold.
Okay. So it could be
like
occupying in like 3 months, and it would count.
exactly.
okay.
Yeah.
Even
No,
under construction units that are sold?
Yeah, like anything.
Holy Christ.
As long as it's not, so standing inventory, new launch inventory, like the whole nine, man.
What's
Yeah,
normal?
okay.
What's
That's
normal?
not a lot. 800 is not a lot.
1,500 to 2,000 is normal.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah.
What a hit. So good thing you have time to focus on building that funnel now, right?
Yeah.
How important is that?
Great time to
funnel
sell the
gonna be?
business.
Great time to
Right?
sell the business.
Yeah.
Look at this genius
Absolutely.
over here.
Right.
Holy cow.
Holy
Yeah, I
smokes.
accidentally timed the top quite well.
Look
But
at you.
but
The-
even your content, like your content, I
most
think is
bullish
stepped up.
guy
Am
on
I
the
wrong,
wor-
Daryl?
on the
Am I wrong?
internet.
Is this content not like so much like if I feel like you're doing so much more research and better stuff right now? It's awesome.
Yeah, that's a really nice way of saying my previous stuff was dog shit.
No, I'm like maybe I just didn't notice
heard
it
it
or
here.
not, but
TK
just
said
No,
you're
it.
yeah,
stepping
I-
it up a lot more lately. I feel like
I've
it's
had a
good.
lot more. Yeah,
More
I've definitely
time.
had a lot more time.
Yeah, that's
it's
great.
it's really hard to be actively like on the ground trading real estate, doing bulk deals with developers,
Yeah,
helping my clients find pre-construction, and then also make time for content. Like it's
100%.
borderline impossible.
it's impossible. Yeah.
It is very difficult to balance work, life, and content.
Mhm.
So what's that looking like right now? So you're doing a lot of content and everything else. Like what kind of goals do you have in that area? Like you're just trying to build brand awareness?
Yeah, I just want to be the predominant, the number one resource for pre-construction, at least in the GTA, if not countrywide. I think there's a huge knowledge gap. It's by nature, it's been a very opaque industry for a long time, and that has served the people in the industry very well, but not the consumer, right?
Of course.
This is similar. Like remember back in the early 2000s when the Red Pin had to sue Treb, or what they didn't sue Treb, but they were the primary witness for suing Treb in order to open up the MLS access to allow other people to build websites that serve listings.
Yeah.
Was that with the Red Pin? No way.
Yeah.
Well, it was a competition bureau that was the
Yeah, it was competition bureau, and they had the Red Pin, and then they had Realosophy, so Pasalis, as the primary.
And Tarek. Wow.
Yeah. So basically, like that was spurred because again, like all the data was held by one group, and they decided, you can't just publish sold data. You can't have a website. There's only one way to get listing information. And of course, like from a consumer standpoint, that's a horrible place to be for, the biggest industry in Canada, being real estate, to be so closed off. And so I think pre-construction is just the next step of that, right? Because it's very opaque. It's very hard to get information. It's very difficult to know what's sold, what's not sold,
Yeah.
what
big time.
percentage of a building is sold. Like it's all just you're trusting what people are telling you.
But there is
Yes,
new data. Remember, Daryl, I showed that with you recently.
There's
Treb's
data, but it
new,
lags. and
RealNet has
it
got
lags.
sales on it. Jordan,
Yeah,
I'm sure you've
it's-
explored that more than me, but I did it once. For
bullshit.
Daryl.
Yeah, RealNet, even Altus is fantastic if you pay for it, but the problem is Altus is self-reported.
Yeah, it's all bullshit.
Yeah, they do their own research.
Mhm.
Like they,
Yeah.
right? Like Altus will call you and be like, "Hey, you sold this deal or you did some sort of transaction. We want to know what's going on." Real net, I think, does the same thing, right?
That's for land, or that's for actual transactions. But
Any
like,
commercial or anything that's different than
but
your
pre-con
typical-
doesn't really go into a transaction, like it's not closed until so much later. So it's like on a
Oh, so-
list somewhere, and they go, "Hey, how did you do? Oh, we sold 65%. Thank
when
you.
you say
Have a nice day."
Okay,
right?
so when you say self-reported, Jordan, you're talking about developers
Yeah.
reporting it as
Which
opposed
is actually
to
an interesting point, because
Okay.
we were talking about earlier how atrocious the current sales volume is, because those
Ooh.
800
Are
sales
they real?
in July are self-reported.
Self-reported shit. These are
Right.
inflated numbers, just like the population or the immigration numbers.
Hey guys, thanks for watching our Clips channel. Why don't you go and check out some more clips? We got lots of other good content somewhere over here. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.
Boom.
That was good.
That was good. I like that. That was good.